Hi y'all, welcome back to my shop. Want to let you know I've been out of the country for the last 3 weeks, and obviously I'm still playing catch-up mode. I haven't had a chance to do a real project video, but I did want to be in touch with you regular subscribers. I went on a cruise at Panama Canal with my brother, sister, our spouses, and a nephew. We had a great time. I came back with a couple of t-shirts and a bad cold that I'm still trying to get over, and about an extra 5 pounds I gotta get rid of. We had a great time. It was kind of frustrating because the internet on the ship was so poor. I had a hard time finding good Wi-Fi off the ship, so I was kind of frustrated because I went ahead and prepared 3 videos before I left, and YouTube allows you to schedule them. So I scheduled them each Friday at 7:30 a.m. as usual, so I wouldn't miss a beat. But I want to stay in touch with the comments, and I was a little frustrated not always being able to timely respond to comments. One interesting note, I was visiting Antigua, Guatemala, and I mentioned to the tour guide, I asked if we were going to have access to good Wi-Fi anywhere nearby, and he says, "Oh, you want Wi-Fi?" And he created a hotspot on his telephone that I could connect to, and so I responded to about 30 comments while I'm bouncing down the road in the back of a excursion van, trying to type on my telephone. So I did get a few comments out. I just renewed my membership to American Association of Woodturners. It's a lot more than this American Woodturner magazine, and every time I get on their website, I'm just amazed at all the continuingly new resources they've added for new turners as well as experienced turners. Tips. One of the best benefits, I think, is getting the access to every single issue of American Woodturner. That's about 35 years worth online. So if you're not a member, I'd encourage you to check that out. I've got an article on turning chessmen coming out in the February issue, so you might stay tuned for that. 2019 Christmas Ornament Challenge. I'm assisting Alan Stratton of As Wood Turns with the 2019 Christmas Ornament Challenge, so I encourage you to check that out. I'll have a link up here with more information on that. And it's approaching that time of the year. I've got to spend some time getting caught up on learning new information about taxes. As some of you know, I do pro bono tax work for AARP, primarily for seniors and lower income folks, and that'll take a little bit of time coming up here to get back up to speed on the changes and get refreshed. And then, of course, during tax season from February to about mid-April, I'll be kind of slammed, and it'd be a challenge to get all my videos out. But I made it so far, so hopefully I'll be able to keep up with a weekly video. This weekend I'm going to participate in a holiday show in my neighborhood, which ought to be a lot of fun. I don't normally sell my work. I don't go to craft shows. So as a result, I've got a number of bowls and boxes and other wood turning objects, Christmas ornaments this time of year, that hopefully I'll sell a few, but it's easy. It's not a full day. It's in the clubhouse. I don't have to set anything up other than a 4 by 3 by 6 foot table, and hopefully I'll sell a few bowls and get a chance to talk to neighbors and introduce them to wood turning. So that ought to be a lot of fun. That'll be tomorrow. Louis Powell responded to my video on making pendants. He says, "I've made a number of these. One issue is that when you describe it as pendants, there's a sexist connotation. But living in the frozen north, I've come to appreciate the utility of these on fleece jackets. These can be described as zipper pulls, in which case the sexist factor goes away." So thanks for that tip, Louis, and it gives you another reason to turn some pendants. I had one viewer, I won't name him, he says he likes to use a fiber washer to prevent the chuck from coming off, or from tightening too much on the spindle so he can't get it off. I responded that I don't like to use that approach because I found that it tends to introduce vibration, and I should have let it go. And he came back and said, "Well, that's wood turning rubbish." Actually, it's not, although I agree that different people get different results using the same process. But here's a close-up. It's not a real good one because it's a snapshot from a video I did for Gwinnett Woodturners on chucking wood. But I think you can see the damage on this nylon washer, and you can just imagine how that's going to interfere with getting a nice vibration-free hold on your chuck. It is a solution. It's just not a good one for me. I think you're better off wiping the surfaces down with a little WD-40, making sure there's no burrs. But the biggest thing is don't give that chuck too big a hero spin to lock it on, and be real careful not to turn lathe on before you have the chuck secured. Charlie Odom made a comment on one of my videos, asked why I wasn't using the Laguna in more videos, and frankly, the reason is because I have not figured out the best lighting and video setup for my webcams. If I use this camcorder like I'm using now, it works fine. Problem is, I like to use my webcam, feed it into a laptop, and I'll show you some of the scenes of the different apparatus. And I just have not taken the time yet to figure out how to recreate this without tearing up the one on my Laguna. I need to have it, be able to do it in both places, so it might take a little while before I really get a good lighting and webcam setup over the Laguna. But I do plan to use it for more and more, because it is a nice little lathe, and for smaller projects it's perfect. When I got back, I was pleased to find this big package from Larry Randolph. Sent me this beautiful Bradford Pear bowl blank. This is going to be a fun project. Sam Angelo and Larry and I are all going to turn 3 almost identical Bradford Pear blanks, rough turn them, and then monitor our drying progress, and then Larry's going to put together a final video comparing the differences in drying speed and maybe approaches for 3 different turners from 3 different geographical locations. So I'll have a link at the end of this video to Larry's YouTube channel. You can check that out, but it'll be a few months before the final video comes out, because we've got to get these things turned and dried.